It all started at dawn. I woke up knowing today wasn't just another day. It was the day I would climb Mount Everest. Or so I thought with every breath. I could feel the weight of the challenge ahead. But first, I needed my secret weapon, lemon water, because even adventurers need their hydration, right? Little did I know this journey wouldn't go as planned. Spoiler alert, it's going to be a wild ride, and nothing is what it seems. So, stick around to find out how I went from submitting Everest to mastering chapati flips and becoming a secret agent all in one day. First things first, I wanted to make note of all these things in my diary. So I decided to write whatever I feel. Dear diary, the alarm blared like a warning siren, and I felt the weight of a challenge ahead. My legs were heavy, my eyes off shut, but I knew there was no turning back. First things first, I needed my secret weapon lemon water. Why lemon water, if you ask? Because even the greatest climbers swear by it. Or at least that's what Google told me. And one sip, and I felt like a superhero ready to conquer the world. Or maybe it was just the acidity waking me up. Oh, lemon water. It's the champions of drinks. The two protein drinks, the fuel for my Grand Everest expedition, or at least for getting out of bed. People say lemon water is magical like a shortcut to eternal health and glowing skin, and honestly, I believe them. Every sip feels like I am charging my body with superpowers. Forget coffee, this is how real adventurers start their day. But let me tell you, making lemon water isn't that simple as it sounds. First, there's a question of ratios. Do you go for one slice of lemon or squeeze the juice of half a lemon? Too much of lemon, and it's like drinking pure acid. Too little, and you're basically just drinking sad water. And then comes the debate, warm water or cold. Warm water feels like you're drinking a healthy tonic, but cold water makes you feel alive, like a refreshing slap to the face. I went with lukewarm water because I'm not ready for a slap that early in the morning. Now let's not forget the stirring. Stirring lemon water is a whole ritual. You watch the plums swirl around, creating a patterns like a mini lemon galaxy. It's oddly mesmerizing. For a moment. I felt like a scientist, conducting a cure for the laziness. And then the first sip, it hits your tongue with just a right balance of tangy and refreshing, and you can almost hear your body say, Yes, finally. But of course, I couldn't just drink it like a normal person. No, I had to imagine I was at Everest Base Camp, fueling up for the climb. Now, before Everest, there was another obstacle in my way breakfast. But not just any breakfast, this was a meal fit for royalty, or at least for Jordan Ramsay himself. My mission to make the perfect chapati and palya, and let me tell you, making chapati is no less challenging than scaling a mountain. As I rolled out of the door, it fought back like a rebellious teenager, and one side was too thick and the other side was too thin. It was a battle of wills, but I wasn't about to let a piece of dough defeat me. Healthy breakfast is the most important thing or an important chapter of the day because each and everything you eat actually matters. And if you eat too much while you're climbing the Mount Everest, you're gonna screw it because everything is gonna come to your throat, and you might have already felt it while trying to climb some other mountain. I have also climbed Tirupati mountain earlier, and it was so great. And we did one mistake of having breakfast earlier. And the flipping. Oh, the flipping was an art form. With every turn of chapati on the pan, I imagined the crowd cheering for me in the Master Chef competition. But reality hit hard. When the chapati fluffed off like a deflated balloon, my hopes of impressing Ramsay took a hit. But hey, at least it was edible. The palio, on the other hand, was my masterpiece. A medley of veggies, spices, and touch of love. Okay, maybe more like a touch of desperation, but it smelled heavenly. If Ramsey could see me now, I thought, though knowing him, he would probably just yell. Oh, breakfast. The reward for surviving the chaos of the morning. As I took my first bite of the chapati, I couldn't help but marvel at my culinary skills. Okay, maybe marvel is a strong word. It was more like a cautiously optimistic. The chapati wasn't exactly round, more of an abstract shape. Let's just say if this was a art class, I would get full marks for creativity. But hey, taste matters more than looks, right? The palya, on the other hand, was a masterpiece. I don't mean to brag, but the spices blended so perfectly it felt like a party in my mouth. A party where cumin and the DJ. And turmeric was the VIP guest. Every bite was like discovering a hidden treasure, especially when I bite into a perfectly caramelized onion. I even thought of applying to a cooking show after this. But then I remembered Jordan Ramsay's voice in my head yelling, "It's raw, so maybe not yet." Then came the inevitable, the chapati to palya ratio problem. You know, when you finish the chapati but there's still palya left on your plate? It's that dilemma as old as time. With breakfast done, it was time for phase 2 of my life. And training, but not just any training, this was spy level training. I was preparing for my next undercover mission and my weapon of choice. A chair, yes, you heard that right. A chair. Chair exercises are not joke. Finally, the moment I'd been waiting for all day. Returning to base camp, also known as my bed. As I lay down, it felt like sinking into a cloud after a long heroic journey. My blanket wrapped around me like a medal of honor, and my pillow whispered, "You have earned this." I thought back to everything I'd achieved today, hydrating like a pro, making chapatis that almost puffed up, and proving that even a chair exercises can feel like saving the world. But you know what? Life isn't really about Everest or Jordan Ramsay or even a secret missions. It's about finding joy in little things, like the smell of the freshly made palya or the satisfaction of sitting down after a workout. It's about laughing at chapati that refused to cooperate and celebrating the fact that you got through another day. So here I am signing off, grateful for the chaos, the fun, and the stories this day gave me. Tomorrow is another adventure, and who knows? Maybe next time I'll actually conquer Everest or at least make a chapati that puffs up perfectly. One step at a time, right? So until next time, keep climbing your own Everest, one lemon water at a time. And I don't want to celebrate alone. If you have enjoyed watching this chaotic little adventure of mine, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and help me reach 100k subscribers. Yep, that's the dream. One subscriber at a time, one chapati at a time. We are going to make it happen together. And hey, once we hit 100k subscribers, maybe I'll take on a real challenge like making perfectly round chapatis. What do you say? Good night.